Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the true story and the 7 core secrets behind a book that has quietly made more millionaires than any other in history. If you're looking for a roadmap to success that totally bypasses the usual cliches, well, you are in exactly the right place. Okay, I want you to imagine something for a second. Picture a boy raised in absolute, grinding poverty down in rural Virginia. We're talking about a kid who actually grew up eating bark off of trees. Crazy, right? Now imagine that exact same boy going on to advise 3 United States presidents and writing a book that literally transformed a broke, homeless soldier's entire life. It sounds like a Hollywood script, doesn't it? But no, this is the real story of Napoleon Hill.
And that soldier I just mentioned? Well, he turned into a $4 million man. And get this, he did it in just 4 years, using the exact same secrets we're going to unpack today. It's an absolute testament to the power of this framework.
So I'll be sharing all 7 of those highly practical secrets with you today. But listen, you've got to stick with me all the way to the end, because the final, 7th secret, the one Hill calls the supreme secret, is this profound twist that most people completely miss when they read his work. It honestly redefines what it actually means to grow rich.
Section 1. The 20-Year Mission. Let's jump back to 1883. A dirt-poor Napoleon Hill somehow managed to secure a meeting with Andrew Carnegie, who was literally the richest man in America at the time. They sat down together for 3 days, and that meeting changed everything. Carnegie didn't just hand Hill a check. He gave him a massive 20-year mission. The goal? Interview 500 of the nation's most successful men, titans, like Thomas Edison and Henry Ford. Find out what their secret formula was, and then give it to the world. And Hill spent 2 straight decades of his life doing exactly that.
What he found boils down to this brilliant concept he called success consciousness. Hill discovered that wealthy, successful people don't just work harder than everyone else, they think completely differently. It means your brain has to become like a heat-seeking missile for your goals, just ruthlessly filtering out any distractions. This idea is the absolute bedrock for everything we're about to cover.
Section 2. Master your own mind. Look, before you can conquer the world, you absolutely have to conquer the space between your ears. Hill's first secret is that you must take full possession of your own mind. You have to ignore the limitations placed on you by other people, because if you don't, they will possess your mind for you. Think about Thomas Edison. He was thrown out of school because a teacher called his mind addled. If he had listened to that opinion, we literally wouldn't have the light bulb. Or take Hill himself. He was introduced by his own father as a mean boy, but his stepmother looked him dead in the eye and said no, he was intelligent. He just needed a worthy goal. That single moment of defining his own mind changed Hill's life forever. You and only you decide who gets into your mental castle.
Moving on, the second secret is to forcefully close the doors on your past. Think about Abraham Lincoln. The man failed in business twice, lost his fiancée, lost multiple elections, and was even demoted from captain all the way down to private in the army. If Lincoln had dragged all that failure behind him like a set of heavy chains, there is no way he would have ever become president. Hill teaches that every adversity carries the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Adversity is a seed, right? It's not a grave. Time is the great magician, and when you finally stop replaying your past, your mind is totally free to build your future.
Section 3. Goals and Money Mechanics. Okay, so now that the mind is cleared of all that past baggage and other people's opinions, we can start building the actual practical mechanics of generating wealth. Secret number 3 is setting a definite goal with a hard deadline. And this isn't just theory, it's a 3-step method Hill used to get real historical results. For instance, he advised Manuel Quezon, who was fighting to free the Philippines from colonial rule. Using a specific goal, a hard deadline, and daily affirmation, Quezon became the first president of the Free Philippines exactly on schedule. W. Clement Stone used this exact same method. He started with just $100 and built a $10 million fortune by his 1956 deadline. You see, the only difference between a dream and a goal is a deadline. Seriously, try this tonight. Write down exactly what you want, assign it a hard date, and repeat it out loud to yourself every single morning to block out the noise. Now, to actually hit those specific goals, Secret 4 says you must master your relationship with money. Let's be real. Most people fear it or they feel kind of guilty about it, but Hill says money is just a tool. It's like a hammer. But to wield it effectively, you have to conquer the 7 basic fears: poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, death, and failure. The absolutely crucial point here is that every single one of these fears lives entirely in your mind. They don't exist in the real world. Kill these fears, and you free yourself to truly live and build wealth.
Section 4. Multiply your mind power.
So, once you've conquered your internal fears and set your strict deadlines, it's time to drastically scale up your efforts. Secret 5 is the mastermind group. Hill defined this as a third, invisible mind that gets created when two or more people work together in perfect harmony toward a definite purpose. This is exactly why Andrew Carnegie surrounded himself with brilliant people, why Henry Ford hired experts for the things he didn't quite understand, and why the Wright brothers succeeded as a team. Take a close look at your own circle. Finding just 2 or 3 people who share your intensity unlocks solutions you could simply never find just sitting alone in a room. It's a real game changer.
Secret 6 is the magic power of belief. And let me be clear, Hill doesn't mean this as just some fluffy spiritual woo-woo idea. It is a highly practical tool. Take the story of Arnold Reed. He was a top insurance salesman who got completely betrayed by his business partner. He lost everything. He was literally bedridden, and doctors were telling him he was dying. Well, a friend gave him Hill's book. He read it 3 times in one single night, found his belief, literally got out of bed, and went on to build a brand new insurance company that grew to $9 million in annual revenue. Belief isn't blind, folks. It is the absolute engine of achievement.
Section 5. The Supreme Secret.
All right, we've ascended through mindset, the mechanics, the multiplication, which finally brings us to that twist most people completely miss. The 7th and supreme secret is that peace of mind is the ultimate wealth. A fully possessed, peaceful mind is worth infinitely more than any dollar amount in a bank account. Why? Because a mind at peace simply thinks clearer. It makes better decisions, it attracts far better opportunities, and allows you to serve others, which ironically ends up growing your wealth even more.
And Hill actually learned this the hard way. Early in his career, he had it all. The mansions, the servants, the Rolls Royces, the whole shebang. And then, he lost absolutely all of it in the Great Depression. It was then he realized that having money without peace of mind is just a prison. Success without peace is literally just suffering. When he finally found internal peace later in his life, he remarkably stated that he felt richer than he ever did when he had all those material things.
So, the core takeaway of this entire explainer is beautifully summarized by Hill's own realization at the end of his life. Remember, this is a guy who was born eating bark off trees, and he died having advised presidents and changed millions of lives. But his ultimate message to you is so simple. Knowing your own mind is the greatest victory of all. As we wrap up this exploration of Napoleon Hill's insane 20-year mission, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. We've covered taking possession of your mind, closing doors on the past, setting deadlined goals, conquering your fears, building a mastermind, fueling your engine with belief, and seeking ultimate peace. So, which of these 7 secrets are you going to implement today? Think about it, and start building your own success consciousness right now.